cave deep in the mountains, in the remote jungles of Laos. A group of villagers panning for gold trapped underground. The cave floods with monsoon rains. CNN on the ground to document a daring rescue mission by a team that flies in from all over the world.
I was very worried this morning because I don't think they would have made it alive.
ดีใจที่สุดเห็นสามี
Relief comes for some of the families, as others are still waiting, with hopes fading. From 2,500 feet in the air, these mountains of central Laos are stunning in the sunshine, but they're also dangerous, even deadly when the weather turns.
We're flying directly over the cave system right now where the rescue is unfolding, and you can just see how treacherous this terrain is.
From above, we can see the rescue site and the pit they dug to pump out the water from the cave. This remote area of central Laos in Southeast Asia is around 80 miles from the capital, Vientiane, deep in the mountains of Sai Son Boon province. To launch the rescue operation, workers even had to bulldoze a road through the trees to help heavy machinery get to the cave.
Let's go!
Crawling through a tiny tunnel that seems unbearably narrow. This dark, underground labyrinth is not for the faint-hearted. Thai diver Norisayed Palasing, who goes by Benz, captures his journey as he tries to find the trapped men. Finally, the light from the head torch emerges from the murky water. The sounds of relief and emotion fill the cave. A moment these men feared may never come. That was May 27th. They've been huddled on this rock in the freezing cold for more than a week, with no food, breathing toxic air, only sipping cave water to survive.
The first time that I was see them, so they so glad, they cry a lot, let me cry also because like super emotional at that moment, and then I try to calm myself and I try to calm themselves also because we have to calm and then keep warm, keep like don't spend so much power.
That relief coming after these divers spent days searching for the men. They were in the cave hunting for gold, an age-old process of finding hope beneath the soil. Mi Sing Phamalai is a 23-year-old barber. He says he went in there with friends from his village, his first time searching for gold. Informal gold panning is illegal in Laos, but is still common in rural areas of the country.
Five alive.
Above ground, celebrations. As word arrives, the 5 are found alive. But tracking them down is only the first step. Getting them out of there is a much bigger challenge. Now, rescuers race to stay ahead of the weather, to get them all out before the next rains come. And every step of the rescue is made harder by this unforgiving terrain. With the new reinforcements arriving on Friday, the first rescue operation gets underway.
Firstly, here is very narrow. It's very small. We have to climb out, which is we cannot do like that. We have to like just a little bit. They're like a kind of 200 meter. We spend 50 minutes. That's 50.
Wow.
50 minutes to call in. So that was very small. And then some water trapped around. We have to like clean and water. We have to like submerge the water sometimes.
The 5 men are in a chamber nearly 1,000 feet inside the cave. A dangerous journey when dry, but potentially deadly after a flood. The rescuers have to crawl down a steep entrance, drag themselves through a tunnel measuring just 23 inches, around the width of a hubcap. The passage then drops into a 45-degree incline, that's steeper than a Black Diamond ski run. Then they hit 2 vertical drops, the second ending right in the chamber with the men. It's a perilous path, which takes a couple of hours for a fit, experienced diver. And then they have to do that in reverse with a beginner after giving a crash course in diving. And they can only go in one at a time.
We had a little system, pulley system that we do, and then we went like sandwich the guy between us, and I was holding navigating out, and Ben was keeping the rear untangling and whatnot, whatever happened on the way.
Miko Pasi and Gengad Bongawang are the lead divers from the international team, and they also helped rescue the Wild Boars Thai soccer team back in 2018. As the divers head into the cave, above ground, the families wait anxiously for news on the rescue operation.
What's it like walking up that road to go to the cave every day and waiting? What's the first thing you're going to say to him when you see him?
A few hours later, a miraculous moment as the first survivor, 23-year-old Mood, emerges safely. His face appears through the small opening in the cave. Limping as his bare feet hit the rocks. He's then rushed to hospital to recover.
What was that moment like when you guys got the first villager out? Wow, it was, I don't know how to describe. It was full of action, it was full of emotion, full of everything. It's a very tight spot where we bring them out, so it was kind of a relief that at least we could prove that the system that we have works.
As night falls, the water levels are too high to re-enter the cave, so they ramp up efforts to pump out the water overnight. On Saturday, they prepare to go back in to try to bring out the other 4 men. But then, the unthinkable happens. The men appear out of the depths. They manage to crawl out themselves. The pumping meant the water levels dropped enough for them to breathe without diving equipment. Emotional scenes unfold. For the brave men who took a shot and claimed a new chance at life. Carried on stretchers, villagers bring the men down the hill from the cave. Weak and exhausted after 11 days underground.
We are want to get you a little bit closer. Come on in here. They've just loaded 2 of the men, I believe, into these ambulances, which are on standby. You can see they're carrying a 3rd villager down now. So you can see the entire village is coming out here. People are recording with their phones. This is the mother of one of the men. How are you feeling? Congratulations.
For the rescue diving team, it was nothing short of a miracle.
Can I just, Joshua from Australia, Miko, Robin, holy moly, congratulations.
Relieved.
Yeah.
Yeah, relieved. I'm really happy that they made it alive. I think that's a strong guy.
The fact that they actually crawled, everybody crawled out by themselves, that talks a lot about it. It's quite physical.
When you see the timing of this and the fact that now the storm clouds have moved in, we can feel the wind blow, we hear the thunder, the raindrops. I mean, if it was now or never, wasn't it?
Yeah. In fact, we have to go down now with the rain and everything. It can be like tricky because like we cannot breathe. It's like just need a little bit of water. So that kind of like scary for us as well.
It's rainy season. This is the exact kind of storm that caused the cave to flood 11 days ago. This is why they got stuck down there. And now the storm is coming up again after an extraordinary 2-day almost pause.
The survivors recover in nearby Longjiang Hospital. They have fevers and infections from the damp conditions and drinking that cave water. But for now, they are simply overjoyed.
Tell me what that was like. What happened? Tell me what those days were like in the cave before they were rescued. Did you always believe that you were going to get out?
E and the other 4 survivors got lucky, forever grateful to the rescue team who helped them. But 2 other men are still missing in this subterranean system as the cave refills with rain, halting rescue efforts. But after 1 month underground, their wives' fears are growing that they may have paid the ultimate price.